I don't know if this is just a coincidence or if these two things actually coincide, but it seems like with the rise of All Elite Wrestling Saturday pay-per-views came WWE booking Saturday premium live events. Hey, I can't fault you, big guys, for doing something good because, oh, and the overseas ones, big fan. Anything that gets them on earlier and allows me to sleep before work, big fan. I just dislike that now AEW is forced to use the Sunday model that WWE used to do. But, we're not talking AEW this time. It is a WWE SummerSlam triple shot. And after the open rolls, I'll break it down what I think will happen, what I want to happen, and my wild card pick for the 2023 SummerSlam card. So, the easiest thing to do when it comes to a WWE premium live event, and when I tell you what I think will happen, the easiest choice to make, the go-to pick for what I think will happen is Roman Reigns wins. Lol. And I kind of do anticipate that. Would I be upset at all if main event Jey Uso won the undisputed championship? No, I would not. I think that it would be interesting, compelling, intriguing television. I think it all depends on where the storyline goes. I have theories, but presumably I do believe or think that Roman Reigns will win and retain. And before I break down what I want to happen, I would like to talk to you, the viewer, about why this channel exists. That is to let everyone know that I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. This is Volume 1, Cover A. This is Cover B. There are additionally C, D, and E covers. If you follow the link in the description of the video, you can get yourself one of any of the covers, plus hats, shirts, poster options. Anybody who makes a purchase will get a Gamble comic sticker. So now it's time to talk about what I want to happen at SummerSlam. And so I had this big, long, drawn out plan. It involved the fact that one half of the tag team champions, Kevin Owens, is either legitimately hurt or TV hurt. I'm not sure which. I think that it is fairly legitimate. I had this big plan. It rewound back to Monday night and booked a match to crown new Raw Tag Team Champions, and it also booked a Tag Team Tournament match on Friday night, tonight, to solve the problem of not having SmackDown Tag Team Champions due to Kevin Owens being injured. And so, if you'll allow me to indulge in this little bit of fantasy, going back to Monday, having Kevin and Sami relinquish the tag team titles, when that occurs, Sami Zayn is inserted into the Intercontinental Championship match for SummerSlam with Drew McIntyre and Gunther, because Sami didn't lose a title, thus it feels it not necessarily fair, but feels polite to say, hey sir, you didn't lose this title, I'm going to give you a shot at a different championship at the pay-per-view. And so thus I insert Sami into said match on Saturday. But yeah, we're gonna play pretend, and we're gonna rewind back to Monday Night Raw. And in the main event segment, in the third hour, the whole hour is devoted to crowning new Monday Night Raw tag team champions. And throughout the night, different teams would go talk to, hit up, conversate with the powers that be. Adam Pearce or C Triple H, or talk to Shawn Michaels if he's there hanging out with Triple H, talking about NXT call-ups or whatnots. Whatever it takes. You just, throughout the night, you sprinkle in people talking to the powers. Such as the Viking Raiders talking to Adam Pearce and him saying, yeah, you guys can definitely get in. Or Maximum Male Models talking to the Heartbreak Kid saying, hey, we're a couple of sexy boys. We should be in that match tonight. Just to emphasize, to clarify who and what will be going on in the main event. But the one of the teams that you don't know are going to be in the main event are Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. The reuniting DIY open this tag team turmoil match. And, hopefully, fingers crossed, the crowd goes nuts. The next team out, Maximum Male Models, they do their best, Mace is far bigger than Johnny or Tommaso, so he overpowers them. And Mansoor, he's doing his best to make the kingdom proud. But Tommaso and Johnny win the match, and the next team out is Chad Gable and Otis, who, once again, Otis uses his size and strength advantage to do the most damage or do the best work he can. But he falls short to DIY, so Alpha Academy lose. And up next is Los Lotharios. DIY overtake them fairly easily. But up next is, the way I envision this match, or this portion of the match to play out, is a lot like the good old classic Authors of Pain versus DIY match when Indoshir, Sangha, and Veer come out to take on, along with Jinder Mahal in their corner, come out to take on DIY. But just like when Johnny and Tommaso would defeat the Authors of Pain, I think Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano should defeat Sangha and Veer. Only for 3 people to come out once again, but this time it's not 3 men, it's Eric, Ivar, and Valhalla, the Viking Raiders. Valhalla tries to interfere and help the Raiders overcome, but Candice LeRae evens the odds, runs off Valhalla, and Eric falls to Tommaso and Gargano. Up next, Imperium, who are great tacticians. They're awesome in-ring generals, much like the ring general himself, Gunther. But they are not enough to beat DIY, and the commentary team think that it's over. They think DIY have won until you hear bro, and Matt Riddle comes out rolling on a scooter, only for Randy Orton to slide in from off screen, hit an RKO. Riddle slides in, holds Johnny in the corner. Randy Orton pins Tommaso Ciampa. 1, 2, 3. RK Bro are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. I almost said Rated RK Bro, which would be quite the super group. And so moving on to SmackDown tonight, again in my fantasy land, it is announced early on via commentary that DIY have issued a challenge for a Detroit Street Fight to RK Bro on SummerSlam. That's why this booking is SummerSlam. And RK Bro accept, so that is set for SummerSlam. Now, to crown new SmackDown Tag Team Champions in the main event of SmackDown in their own version of Tag Team Turmoil. So when I wrote this up, Rey Mysterio had not yet been injured on SmackDown of last week, because I had this planned last Friday. So we open this Tag Team Tournament match. Originally I had it as Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar coming out to represent the LWO, But due to Ray's injury, Ray will be replaced with Carlito, who rumors indicate is contracted to WWE currently. And so he will be the surprise stand-in for Rey Mysterio. So out first, Carlito, surprise entrant, and Santos Escobar, who then take on Hit Row, which they overcome, and then you hear the LWO's music hit again, which confuses Santos, the commentators, Carlito, everybody, until Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro come to the ring, and now it's two LWO guys versus two LWO guys, and they go at it big time, fast-paced lucha action, and Joaquin Wilde pins Santos Escobar, advancing, the second version of LWO, advancing on to take on Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly fall to LWO. Up next would be the Brawling Brutes. Ridge Holland loses to Cruz del Toro. And then the next team to come out to face LWO is the Street Profits. And much like they've been setting up these little sprinkles here and there throughout, while the match is taking place, we'll see Bobby Lashley, looking on and feeling confident, but not getting involved. And so Angelo hits the Spine Buster, Montez hits the Frog Splash, 1, 2, 3. Street Profits move on. Up next is the Good Brothers of Gallows Anderson, AJ Styles by their side. And at this point, Bobby does come down to ringside to even the odds between AJ and the Good Brothers and the Street Profits. So Bobby is now at their side and ensuring that AJ doesn't do anything. Nobody actually interferes. It's just, again, setting up those dominoes, waiting to watch them fall, and putting the breadcrumbs for, Hansel and Gretel to follow or whatever's. So the Street Profits beat Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and the final team, once again a surprise, but not the same surprise as RK Bro. This time, we see Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa come down, trying to get the family to be strong. But their miscommunications, their unsuredness of who's loyal to who, leads to the Street Profits winning the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And so it's announced Saturday morning, before SummerSlam comes on, that Carlito and Santos will get a shot at the Street Profits along with Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, because all three teams that won in the tag team tournament match will compete in a three-team single elimination match on the pay-per-view. Again, keeping things fresh and different for SummerSlam. And so that is how I would take care of the Kevin Owens injury issue and keep both divisions fresh while highlighting teams on both shows. And so to finish out what I want to see happen at SummerSlam for the Tag Team Championships in the Detroit street fight for the tag titles, because people are curious, hey, was Orton and Riddle working bad guy side when they hit that RKO? The commentary team doesn't know what to think. And so as the street fight is happening, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are seen in the back. They don't get involved in the match, but they're seen during the street fight brawl. But then Dexter Lumis and Austin Theory do get involved, reuniting The Way and adding Tommaso Ciampa. And in this, we have once Theory and Lumis do get involved, that's when Candice and Indy also get physical. And so now it's two men and one woman beating down each of Riddle and Orton respectively. Johnny and Tommaso actually are the ones who turned heel, even though Randy and Riddle surprisingly won the titles. They surprisingly lose them at SummerSlam when the Way reunite as bad guys to do something quite unexpected. And on the SmackDown tag title side, just like I teased that Bobby Lashley might do something on behalf of the Street Profits, as it looks like the Street Profits are outnumbered by LWO, because there are four of them, and even though they're all technically on separate teams, what I do is throughout the match you see Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and then subsequently Bobby Lashley all appear, and while the referee is distracted, like let's say by Trick, Hayes and Lashley assist the Street Profits in retaining and thus aligning them all together in a new supergroup. And that ends my what I want for the SummerSlam card, and honestly it's what I want for WWE in general, which is to divide the tag divisions and respect tag team wrestling by elevating all involved. So it's now time for the wild card pick for SummerSlam 2023. And for this, I'm going to talk about the Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka Women's Championship match, which to me kind of ties into what I had just booked for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. In what way that is because Bianca comes out first, she's whipping her hair, she's doing the whole babyface thing, but then Charlotte's music hits. The ring announcer says Charlotte Flair, she doesn't come out. They stop the music, Bianca's confused. Huh? And then you try it again, same thing. Then Asuka comes out, no Charlotte, ding ding. Throughout the entire match, they keep cutting to the back. They're like, where's Charlotte? Is she okay? Everything all right? At one point, you see Hayes and Williams lounging about, but not really seemingly doing anything. In the conclusion of the match, Bianca wins with a KOD, but then Ford and Dawkins come out to celebrate. Let's say there are like 2 or 3 matches between the tag match and this one. And so with it, when the Street Profits come out to celebrate with her, we then still see people in the back looking for Charlotte. When Hayes and Williams move away from a door they were leaning against, and Charlotte busts out, and it's proven that Bianca is the crown jewel of this new supergroup they're putting together. I mean, personally speaking, if I had a choice in the matter, I'd have WWE buy the Beatdown Clan or rent the name the Beatdown Clan from Impact Wrestling, because I thought that was a fun name, and it's associated with Bobby Lashley. You know, MVP and all the Samoa Joe, that cool concept. And as just one bonus for this SummerSlam triple shot, I would freaking love for the show to open up with Austin Theory saying that he's here to do a U.S. Open challenge, much like his hero John Cena, and a lot like when the Honky Tonk Man, he said that Brutus Beefcake is scared to face him and he'll defend his title against anyone. Have LA Knight's music hit and LA Knight win the United States title off of Austin Theory, trade Theory to Raw, give him new life with the Way, and let LA Knight do great work with the U.S. title while he can, since I don't know how long his popularity will last, but let's take advantage of it while it is here. And so, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed these ideas for SummerSlam. I know that LA Knight's actually been putting some like not Snickers Battle Royal, not Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or even the Mountain Dew Pitch Black, but some gimmick Battle Royal thing that I don't care about. So that's the reason I'm booking him in a U.S. title open challenge to give him that push. But yeah, like I said, follow the link in the description to get yourself a copy of my book, a shirt, a hat, anything that you feel like, posters. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.